Good evening and welcome to the Transnet Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby Festival. It's day number 1 and we've seen two nail-biting affairs, and that gets us to game number 3. It is the defending champions, Roses United, against Safcol, all the way from Grabouw, making their first appearance in this Easter Festival. Roses United from Wellington, and they will be looking to put up a show. Between them and Saldanha, they've won every single edition of the Transnet Saldanha Bay Easter Festival. It's a capacity crowd. Lovely to see one of 3 debutants. The other team we will see later, and we saw the first one earlier today, Bella Vista against Progress. But Roses United will go up against a Safcol team that we haven't seen at this tournament before, but they will come with a lot of experience and a lot of drive to show that they belong. There is Henko Jacobs, who is the captain of this team, Roses United, and this is Safcol United taking to the field. Lovely lime green strip. And they've brought their supporters. You can just see them on the main pavilion towards the right. They've got plenty of supporters. They've brought the green to the red. So Benjamin Dwai is the man that's taking charge of them. Talking about referees earlier on, Lloyd Hagland has been assigned to this fixture. You'll see that he is wearing the Western Province kit. Jeffen Brainkies and Javian Jefta is assisting him. Western Province and Boland sharing the officiating responsibilities at this tournament. That's also a first, and there we go. Photo moments, it's all about that, making memories. Well, what a memory it will be if they can get rid of the defending champions in their first ever outing at the Saldanha Easter tournament. Look at the right of your pavilion. We'll get to that shortly. Let's just go through the team list that has been provided to us. And there's a couple of names. There's a number of survivors from the team that won the 2022 Easter Festival. And then you also have someone like number 7, Ryan Persons, that played for Boland Cavaliers in 2022. And someone with Boland and Cheetahs under 21 experience comes in the form of Byron Matthews. From a Safcol perspective, might be new names for our viewers at home, but you can certainly look out for Bradley Alexander. He played Craven Week for Boland. He slots down in that number 6 jersey. Boland under 21 is Lee Heino Apolis, and he will play off the bench in jersey number 19. So there's a lot of talent in both of these teams. So a quick kick-off. The referee says, let's get going. We've had a power outage here as well, and he's keen to get us on our way. So Safcol, the unknown entity, they have done very well in their local leagues, and that's what earned them the right to be here. So they're going to be no pushovers, but they're going to come up against a very good Roses side. Well, they say, we don't care that you are the defending champions, we've come to play. So immediately bumping him out of the way is the 8th man, Benjamin Dwai, who is the captain of this team. They've got bulky forwards. You just look at the way they man up, and look at this. This is the perfect start for Safcol. 43 seconds. They've done a good carry with ball in hand, got rid of some defenders. Quick ball to the 10, and then into the corner we go. Great start by Safcol.
Now that is the way you play against the defending champions. You show them no respect. Let them come and defend their cup. That's what I say. Well done to Safcol. They've impressed so far.
Tarek Britton with me in commentary. It's amazing to listen to the atmosphere. You just see the green flags and the green clothing on the main pavilion. Safcol have brought it. They've brought it. They're here to play, and they want to cause an upset off the bat. And they contest in the line out. What did that go forward? Is advantage being played for Safcol, but bulky forwards. You can just see the way they stand up. And this is going to be a physical game. You just see the approach from Safcol. Paisley from Vermeulen carries for Safcol. The short ball to his lock partner, Jade Miller. Advantage called over. Look at the pods. There's just always a willing runner and someone with a bit more beef. Here's a chance. They are going to go in for the first try. What a surprise. 1 minute 40 on the clock. Try time. And it is Warwick Philander. Look at the green. It's come alive.
Oh, this was in the making. Safcol definitely said they came here with a mission. They were the wildcard team, and boy, have they made a statement within the first few minutes. Look at that, nice, it looked nice and controlled. Oh, running into space, and it just looked like there was no, you know, number 13 just didn't make any effort to defend. Poor defend, in fact.
I wish I could bring the viewers closer just to experience this atmosphere. The singing that's going on in the main pavilion, and especially those in green, is just fantastic. This is what adds to the flavour of this wonderful tournament, the Transnet Saldanha Super 8 Easter Festival. And it's only day one. We're still going to get to Saturday. And after the power outreach, we lost about an hour, Tariq. No one left. It actually got fuller.
In fact, it did. Remember, after this one, it's the main game, Saldanha. But boy, did these guys just make a statement.
And talking about, they're putting the cherry on the cake as well. That 5 has become 7. Look at the faces. They know they are here to play. They're anticipating big things from their team. Cut back against the traffic. Over he goes. It is Warwick Philander responsible for Safcol's first ever try at the Transnet Saldanha Super 8 series. This has certainly put some flavour in the pot. It's going to spice things up. Roses will know they're the defending champions. That carries some responsibility. They have their fair share of fans in the pavilion as well. They'll want to give them something to shout about. But for now, this man's boot is controlling proceedings. Playing with the wind. You were downstairs. We can find out a bit more if the wind has become slightly less of a factor, but we can get to that shortly. It's going a bit astray for Roses. They're under pressure. They haven't experienced this sort of match temperament since the final, so probably a bit of a surprise to say who's Safcol, where have they come from, because they're here to play.
Well, this is not the Roses team that won the tournament last year. They're in a rebuilding stage, and for whatever reason it's not going well for them at the moment. They need to settle down. It's been haphazard and it's been hectic, but guess what, Safcol 100% to them for the pressure that they're applying on the game, and we're only in the 5th minute now.
Well, the line out is a bit messy, but it is finally picked up by the scrub off, who gets rid of the first defender. Good play that by Jason Beekers for Safcol. They work as a team. You can just see they're not scared to go and change roles. Number 4, Locke, had to go in and do the fetching work there, which he was quite happy to do. Taken back because it was touched. So here go Roses. Never ever underestimate this team. They are a champion team for a reason. And Safcol will know all about that. Slightly away from his support runners, but look how they keep the ball alive. Positive play by Safcol. One for you, one for me. Back to the recognised kicker, which is Wilsley Baines. It's a good kick by the number 10. Goes by the nickname of Will. Product of Citrus Dull. Played Boland Academy under 18 as well. A man that knows his way around the rugby field, Barneys.
Get in.
John Yankees.
Well, the players that impressed me on Safcol's side has definitely been the scrum of Jason Beekers. Wild drive.
Stay.
Yankees, shortened lineouts. Another competition from Safcol, another turnover for them. Oh, sells the dummy. The support are lining up. They're coming from all angles. Is this try number 2 over the head? Oh, is that a forward pass? Wow, this is pretty eventful. They thought for all money that we were in for number 2. Forward pass. Wow, this is good.
Just for a second there, I thought we were watching sevens rugby, but wow, what anticipation. And did you see the overhead pass? He just knew there was going to be nice running into space. That was the lock forward, and look at that pass. Long lob pass into the hands, and just look at this lob pass over the shoulder, back pass. Doesn't know if anybody's there. Guess what? His player is there, number 6. Unfortunately, just forward.
Just shows you the unity in this team, because to throw that pass, you know someone's going to be there. So it's a well-gelled team. They've obviously played together for a couple of years, and then you can do these things, and you watch this pattern unfold. They trust the systems, trust the structures, and they know someone's going to be there. Look at their boots. Everyone's wearing the same color boots. Big scrum from Safcol. Thought that the referee would give them some reward for that, but not on this occasion. Chip and chase. Again, very good defensive work that by
Kijk,
Safcol.
no more red.
Real pressure coming from Jaden van
No.
Wyk. You spoke about Bekes at this stage, just lovely feeding a line that's going forward at speed. So not real pressure. Well, did he get up? Yes, he was tackled. Good call by the referee.
The tackle was
He was
complete.
tackled, so he needed to let go of that.
He did isolate himself, and then Mapumi. Unfortunately for that, as you could see, he got isolated
Ball carrier not
and
releasing.
didn't release the ball as he got up.
Clearly the tackle has been completed, so very good call that by Lloyd Hagland. Oh, Roses can just settle it. Maybe this is the opportunity now. They've got a penalty. They can try and get towards the 22, just outside of that mark.
Right.
But now going through their own phases, winning the line out is key. Just to build on what they've achieved. They do manage to get the ball through Danson, Gershwin Danson.
He's on the man, not on the ball.
Inside centre, who just provides the link. That's Engeldo. Defense being called by those dressed in green. Van Aert. Again, just being patient, Roses, with their attacking structure. They need to get rid of some of these bulky forwards that's camping in midfield.
No more, leave.
Good communication and also just adapting to the referee's interpretation. Safcol, very good discipline on defense. Small hole opens up. Still Roses. Oh, intercept by Safcol, and then he gives it back. That's unfortunate.
No, good enough.
Having done all that work, it was easily given away. Cameron Julie is responsible for that turnover. Inside the 22, Roses. This game's speed is just amazing to watch. Not what we experienced in the first two matches. These two teams, one for you, one for me. Was he onside? No.
He's fine. Backline offside.
Benjamin Douai.
That was fine.
That's the captain of the Safcol team,
Advantage
Benjamin
before
number 8. And
Offside.
as you can see, they unfortunately didn't come from the back.
Worth mentioning, his nickname is Menslike Trok. Now that directly translated is human truck. And you can see he's built like a truck. And he won't take offense to that. He's a power unit, that man. That Benjamin Douai, he's tough to stop. 108 kilograms, 1.89 meters tall. A kick from Roses. Their first opportunity is a good one. That will settle some nerves and get the scoreboard ticking. 10 minutes gone. We've had 10 points. 7 to Safcol, 3 to Roses United. Those in green won't be too unhappy with proceedings. Yes, they've conceded, but they've dominated the opening stanza, no doubt about that. And our debutants are making the most of their first outing.
The pace has been absolutely frenetic. It's been hectic, and Roses have absorbed all the pressure, and you can see this is a champion team as well. They've absorbed it, and now they're coming back nicely.
Barney's with the restart. Very important now, just the way they defend, and you don't want to give away cheap possession and cheap penalties, but Roses will come back storming. Was that high? The referee getting the communication from the side. He was happy, and the assistant referee also agreeing that there was no need to act on the tackle that was, but there is definitely reason to act there. Not on his feet, no release, and therefore the penalty. Now this is where Safcol will just have to be aware. Don't give away cheap penalties. That's going to put Roses into your territory. No need to do that. Yeah, all the hard work done. Tackle affected because the man's with his knee on the ground, and then there clearly you can see that the hooker, Rutherford, kept on playing. Maybe a bit of energy that's just coming out from feeding from this wonderful crowd that's in attendance.
I must say, I like the look of this Safcol side. They look like a disciplined side. Okay, unfortunately that penalty was given off. Unforced error. But they look like they know what they're doing.
Jantjies does well to find his man. Out it goes to midfield. The gap opens up for Engeldo. and he will keep you busy. Ingledow is a man we know.
No,
We've
no,
seen him
no,
a number of
15.
times at this tournament. The kick is too far, but nonetheless a player in front of the kicker.
Number
and he did warn
15,
them.
15, offside. In front of the kicker, number 15.
Dean Jacobs has been singled out. Ingledow, you can definitely keep an eye on him. Damien Ingledow, jersey number 12. Played SA under 18. Played some Currie Cup as well. And he's a police officer.
Keep the space, please.
Oh, that should be, he should be able to maintain discipline.
Okay, get in.
Big feed to the line out. Oh, that's unfortunate for Safcol. So just small moments, Tariq, is letting the Roses back from a confidence perspective, just keeping them on the front foot.
He's in a good position, just a knock on
Yeah,
you.
like I said earlier, you can actually see this is a team in the rebuilding phases, and but they're showing all the potential is definitely there. You can see this is a champion team. They will be difficult to beat, but I must say that Safcol has really shown determination, and they're not overawed by playing the champions. And this the debut match, the first time they're playing in the Saldanha Easter tournament.
Fine. Sit.
Mario van Aert feeds a scrum that goes backwards at speed. It's picked up by Beek, as you spoke about him, and he's very busy. That 50-50 ball, just not really set for that attacking play.
I think it could be a lack of communication. Such a pity because, geez, those forwards worked to get that ball, and that was a tight head. But boy, what a push! Unfortunately, you can see they overrun it.
Then through Julies.
It was played by the hooker.
Lovely start to this match. It's been 14 minutes, action-packed in Saldanha Bay. Our penultimate match on day number 1 of the Easter Festival. Matches on Saturday and on Monday as well. And there's no doubt who has the upper hand. It's scrum time. Penalty awarded to Safcol.
Collapsing.
And you can see what it means to them as high fives and pats on the backs for that, because that was the third or the second successive scrum that they've just demolished the Roses. They've taken them apart. Look at that, and boom, ball is stationary, and they just walked right over the ball.
Worth mentioning how they pack up against one another. The front row of Safcol, Shanley Kennett, 111 kilograms. Jacqueline Ruthford, 122 kilograms. Rolf Duai, 129 kilograms versus 110, 97 and 115. That's just the front row.
Well, it's what you do with that 110 and 115 and or below that. And obviously the Safcol at the stage now, 15-16 minutes into the game, the Safcol side definitely looks like the better condition side. It's just how it's coming across. They're running better, they're running freer. I mean, they pass with such confidence that you can see this is a team that expects the backup is there.
There is Jacqueline Ruthford. So they'll have a shot at goal with the wind. So I was asking you earlier, Tariq, has the wind died down slightly from the way we started proceedings?
It definitely, I think when we had that load shedding moment, I think it took took the wind out of the wind.
Wind out of the sails. Well, this one is sailing through the night sky. The assistant referees don't like it. So we'll come back and restart with the 22. 7-3 unchanged. Safcol debutants at the Easter Festival, leading Roses United, our defending champions. 7-3. One more match to come. Debutants, Raiders from Gauteng, up against the hosts, Saldanha Bay.
Let's play, boys.
Early substitution as well. Mtoko on for Vermeulen. Quick burst of speed by the left wing, Wade and Nell. Also barber job that he did. You can see he went for a grooming session before he arrived in Saldanha Bay. Bekus, very quick to get to the ball, clear the scrambled puzzles that is a ruck.
Okay, 22 meter.
Nel does well just to keep the pressure on Roses United. They camped inside their own territory currently.
Well, Safcol is keeping the pressure on them. They're just not, they're
Okay,
keeping them down. They're waiting for them to make the mistakes, and believe it, sooner or later the cracks will appear. I like the pressure that Safcol is applying. I also like the way that the Roses are absorbing the pressure.
Nice hands by Jochen Rutherford. Shows that he's not just an hooker, he can also supply very well. They're going to attack the short side again. They've got some speedy youngsters in this back line. And there was a good illustration from Denzel Duries as well. Bekus. That's a bit of a sloppy pass. Advantage called over by the referee.
Lost.
Another chance for Bekus. Oh, look at that, the forwards. Who said the forwards can't handle the ball? Here comes Nel. He's got a burst of speed, needs to get rid of the first attacker, which he does. Beautiful work by Wade and Nel. Bekus, they're all on the front foot. This is Julie's now the next runner. Unfortunately knocked on.
No advantage.
No advantage, so the penalty does come for Safcol. Keep an eye out for Wade and Nel. You just feel that if he is in space and he's got a bit of field to work with, he's going to be a handful. Wade and Nel, jersey 11. Backs and forwards combining beautifully there in midfield to set up this opportunity for Safcol.
It's actually such a pleasure watching the explosive speed with which the forwards are running, and then the smooth, silky passes between. I mean, we're talking about tight forwards passing like backs, silky smooth. I mean, we saw the prop passing the ball in the center position. Yes, what a pleasure. And here, unfortunately, he didn't let the ball go earlier, because they definitely had an overlap of at least two players. Put in, as you could see down, and that's where the penalty came. That's a lazy roll. In fact, it's not a roll at all. He's probably taking a pause, and that created the penalty.
Oh, and he's got some boots for his efforts in the face. That's not pleasant.
James, just clean me behind my back and just check if you have any foul play. We're going to deal with it immediately now.
I think the referee probably heard what you said about the boots. At a glance, it looked like it was accidental. It was just in the manner of which he was laying on the deck.
Not rolling number 3. No. What? No, what's your call? Okay, you want to scrum.
Okay, a good, brave call, but they've dominated there. And so this is also a statement saying, defending champions or not, we're going to scrum you, we're going to scrum you back, we're going to set up a platform and a base to attack from. So also that respect factor, just that psychological warfare that's happening.
Well, they've won a tight head with the ball laying stationary between the two front rows, and they just walked right over the ball without any boots touching that ball until the scrum picked it up.
So there's Bekus.
That
scrum has gone down. Well, I wanted to say, they would have asked the referee, can we not have a reset there, because this is not really what they want from an execution perspective. And the referee obliges. They'll have another set.
This is one of those rules that I just don't like it, because now it's a reset now. You're wasting time. You're not getting people involved in this. The ball was out. The ball was between the number 8's legs. Let the ball go. That's what I say. Let it go. Instead of forcing the re-scrum, the reset now.
Sit. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Bekus has another go. There's an arm on the floor. That should be a penalty to Safcol. Oh, there's a lot of fire in the kitchen currently. Look at that face. Let's scrum again, he says.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The purpose of the scrum was to be as a reset to the match, not as a continuation.
Fine.
Scrum and scrum and scrum. That wasn't the idea. It's taking away the fun aspect, the adventure aspect of the game of rugby.
Go for it.
That's not what the people are coming to see. They want to see the ball being passed, the ball being
Lock.
flung about.
I'm waiting.
They want to see try scored.
Yeah,
They're not going to
absolutely.
see try scored this way.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tariq. More
Go.
ball in play. But you just have a feeling that the referee's patience will also last only so long. It's another good
Yeah,
set.
use that.
They talk about the picture.
Use
The
that, use
picture
that.
being painted. There's another collapse scrum. Wheeling and a penalty to Safcol. They play quickly.
Okay.
This time it's Cameron Julies. They weren't 10 meters.
Tackle!
Tackle called off. Bekers, well, he saw
No more, boys,
Dwight
no more.
just coming on a run and just couldn't get the ball quickly enough. Was there clear daylight?
Not
No.
10,
No, okay, there's the 10-meter call. So a lot of penalties in this so-called red zone. So for our viewers that's new to the game, that's in the 22-meter area, especially 5-6 meters out from the goal line. We call that the red area. A tap and go is over! Rolf Dwight!
Captain, come in. We will do that again.
Well, if you're talking about the human truck, then that was it. As soon as he got that ball in, I just knew there was just no way he was going to be stopped. Ralph Dwight, well done. The determination was there, and you could see. Look at that. He put his head down. Now, looked like he might have crawled once or twice there, but guess what? Momentum taking him over there. Well done. Nice score.
One for the forwards club. Rolf Duai using that 129 kilograms to get over.
Guys, have it scrum time.
Warwick Philander, can he add the extras? It's 12-2, it's in favour of Safcol. The surprise element to this year's edition so
Guys,
far.
have it scrum time.
All guns blazing. Philander brings it from right to left. The nods from the ARs. 2 points at it. It's 14-3 in favour of Safcol. 2 converted tries. Plays a penalty. 24 minutes gone. There's our try scorer. His name, Rolf Duai.
Just look at that. I think they've put the fact that there was questioned their inclusion in this tournament was questioned by quite a few people. I think they've put all those people they put that issue to rest and to bed now. Well done, Safcol.
Well, those responsible for enforcing that invite are sitting with broad smiles and saying, well, this is why we invited to the green machine. Nice hanging kick. It's beautifully gathered out of the air by Jade Miller. Off they go again. They are here to play and they're not going to take a step back against the defending champions who have it all to do. That was Wade and Nell just playing some scrum off, doing some scrum off duties while Bekers was pulled in. It's Nell again. There we go, the familiar hairstyle, easy to recognize Nell on the field. Bekers and Nell combining well between them to take care of that cleaning of the channel. Roses, well, they do call for the mark, so give their forwards an opportunity to come back if they need to, but they're not going to do that. They're going to go on a run. Here come Roses. There's 4 against 2, just running away from his support, and the advantage called over as well. Now continuity is Kiwo! The big machine. Rolf Duai says it's not just about try scoring. I'm going to put you on the floor as well. Hopefully we can have an opportunity to look at that again. That's a dangerous situation. Man on the floor. So we need to restart with a scrum to Roses. Wow, Rolf Duai. He can smile about it now. That was a huge hit.
I don't think that was a huge. That was a massive hit. I mean, that man just came to a standstill. Look at that, and he's coming, and not yet, and poof. Nice legal tackle.
Yeah, I got him now. Was not very clear. Yeah.
Well, he will know tonight when he gets home. He will know he's been tackled by a bus.
I'm going straight.
In the meantime, Bradley Alexander is not looking too good.
This is a big concern. The fact when you have injured players and the games continue, there's a classical example of what you do not want to happen. We have ARs, we have monitors, we have people that are supposed to assist the referee, and that should have been picked up and assisted, because that guy could have been injured further by oncoming traffic. That's what was nearly the case.
Number 2.
So there's a late hit that has resulted in a yellow card. Jacqueline Rutherford is off the field, so that takes some bulk out of this green scrum.
Okay.
And
Are you gonna
he's
carry
also
him
the
off or
man
what,
responsible for feeding the line out, of course. So he's going to take a 10-minute rest.
He's
This
gone.
could
I
be
gave
the
him the blue
opportunity
card
now for
already.
Roses
I gave
United
the blue card already.
just
He's
to
gone.
turn things around and say, okay, 15 against 14. Let's try and use and make the most of our numerical advantage. But concerns really for Bradley Alexander, and now another man on his back from Safcol. So suddenly there's just a couple of question marks and concerns specifically around our debutants.
Well, the pace has been it's just been frenetic. There's been running
No, I
backwards
think
and
I'm
forwards.
more
There's been
looking forward to
counter-attacking.
it.
I like the look of
Stop.
Safcol. There's been quite a bit of continuity from their point as well.
Just tell me
They've
in the
shown
5
that they are
minutes
here
now.
to compete. They are not here to fill up the roster. They are competing and they brought their supporters with as well.
How
They have
lovely is
come
that?
down in numbers.
Then stopping time, eh?
Well, there's a Warwick Philander fan, probably family member. It's all family, of course. It's the rugby community and club community, they're all family. It's song and dance, and can you imagine when the blue jerseys arrive later? It's going to be next level.
It most certainly will. It's been building up to that. If you look across here, you see the green flags going in the stadium. You see people dancing. Keeping warm is also part of it as well. Let's hope that man down there, the stretcher has been brought out. We hope it's nothing serious. This is the first game of a series of games that they have to, each club has to play for three days, but they do have a rest day in between. So we hope that these guys that's taking the knocks in the first down. It's also a case of, especially for the debutants, they don't know the intensity of the tournament. This is a tough tournament by no mean feat. You have to be at your top best.
Just wonderful. DJ doing a good job, just keeping everyone entertained while we attend to the injury that requires a stretcher. Never nice to see, but at least the fans have something to sing along to. They are waiting. They'll get their chance later tonight. They're here for one reason and one reason only, and that's the party that Saldanha is going to put up when they arrive on the field. And trust me, if you stay tuned, you'll see what I'm talking about. All the precautionary measures in place. Very thankful for our medical personnel as well.
Well, again, it just shows you the level that this competition is being delivered. They've thought and just done preparations for everything. It's really nice. It's unfortunate, but it's nice to see that an ambulance is on hand and could come right on the field, available to make sure that the players get the best attention. And as you could see there, this will happen. You see that is what I was talking about when the player is laying there. The attacking player is not aware that there's actually an injured player down. The injured player could get injured further, which we hope wasn't the case. And for those of you that's tuned in late, yes, that's not a mistake. It's the 27th minute, and it's 14 points to Safcol and 3 to the defending champions, Roses United.
Our thoughts certainly go out to him, and just good to see he's moving, and hopefully he can give a bit of a wave there as well. But well attended to by our medical personnel, everyone appreciating his efforts. So now I want to give you your captain's hat. You've lost a player to the bin, you've lost a player in the ambulance. What's the message now?
Well, let's go back to basics. Let's go back to basics. It's about as simple as that. Each man must fulfill his role and do a little bit more. It's as simple as that. Just dig deeper. This is the first game, and remember, this is a knockout tournament. You cannot. There's no second chances in this thing. So it's literally a do or die, and you have to take out and bring out the best in everyone. And this is those times, Johan, where you do not ask a guy for his best. You demand it from him. It is as simple as that.
So play will restart
Late tackle.
Late tackle, and that resulted in the yellow card that was dished out to Jacqueline Rutherford. But Roses will say, right, it's time to settle down. Here's an opportunity. Souls for Alexander. So Bradley Alexander is the man that's left in the ambulance. Knowlton Souls has taken his place. John Yankees to the front of the line-out. Competition from Safcol, but Roses doing very well. Another huge hit coming in. Well, it's been that sort of evening so far. Benjamin Duwai this time leading by example. He crashes into a tackle, but Roses on the attack as well. They've got a little overlap forming towards the left of the field. Lovely feet positioning. Gets rid of 1, 2 and 3 defenders. Finally brought down 5 meters out. Real opportunity now for Roses to strike. They've got that numerical advantage as well. This will be a great statement to make from the defending champions to say they're not going to disappear easily. That is exactly what they do. Dry time. Marino van Aert is over for Roses. Song and dance, they add to the festivities. More importantly, they move that score to 8. The conversion to come. This could be a 4-point game.
And there they've just shown you why they're defending champions. And we can still remember how that was a tough final last year when they beat Saldanha here. Know that they are in the rebuilding stages and the phases, and yet look at the comeback. Well done, Roses.
A big psychological period in the game. Safcol have played all the rugby in the first 28 minutes. 2 key moments: injury, yellow card, penalty. From there, resultant try. So it's all changed around in the last minute or 2. Flags go up as well. So it's exactly that, a 4-point game between the debutants Safcol and our defending champions Roses United.
That injury break could perhaps just have been what Roses needed, just to regroup, get the guys together, refocus and reset. And I think that's probably what they did, as you could see from them coming back.
Jade Miller, the number 4 for Safcol, just shifted enough to create that gap for Marino van Aert. 14-10, 2 converted tries, plays a converted try and a penalty. At Roses, they will sense that there might be a bit of blood in the water at the moment. So where will they attack? What channels will they exploit? Well, they're slipping off tackles now. We haven't seen that yet from the men from Grabouw. Jason Fortuyn doing very well for Roses and just getting through that first line of defence. They've got to be very wary now. Van Aert with his tail up, having just scored, going to look for another strike before the yellow card returns. So Safcol need to regroup and be good at their execution and just what they want to do and achieve on the field. The long kick is one to chase, but against the wind, the bounce will favour Safcol. More than enough time for Philander to clear his lines, and with the wind at his back, he does exactly that. Good clearance from Warwick Philander.
Was a good clearance from Philander, but there was still probably about a 10-15 meter advantage that that Safcol, that Roses had territorially through the kick. It's actually good to see counter kicking against the wind, and that was actually a nice kick.
Shortened line out from Roses United with John Yankees to feed. Right, again, good competition from Safcol. What's the call here? They might have a bit of a discussion. Captain Benjamin Duwai in the thick of the action again, number 8. Now the flag does go up. So there's a Safcol ball.
I didn't have a clear view. Yeah, line out to. Okay, no foul play, line out to green.
One of the very few short liners that we've seen. Actually quite nice, and it's shown a little bit of variance.
Talking about variance, so with Jackie Rutherford off the field, up steps the captain, Benjamin Duwai, to take the responsibility of feeding this line out, and you could see that it's not really his forte, just fulfilling a role, and the referee, well, maybe somewhat lucky for Safcol, but says we'll have another go at that.
Go, boys.
Benjamin having a good giggle.
He might look like a hooker, but he knows he's not a hooker.
That's not a bad throw, but well read and easily read and gathered by Roses United. against the traffic comes Henrik Isaacs. Still going as Isaacs. Van Aert. They want to create some space. That's
not
really the best option. The cover defense was there for
Come back,
Safcol.
walk.
They'll get it right back. Another opportunity in midfield. They're lining up towards the left. 3 red players in attendance. Lovely pass. And off he goes. Taking 1 or 2 with him. Not penalty, a knock on from Roses. Just small little errors there. They'd again done all the right things. Set up a good field position and then the ball went forward. So 14-10 on the scoreboard. Safcol trying to absorb some of this pressure, having lost Joaquin Rutherford to a yellow card. And if you joined late, Bradley Alexander has left to the medical facility. He was injured badly, but it seems that he's okay. He's in good hands. So our thoughts with Bradley Alexander. So now it's scrum time. They're just talking about who needs to leave the field. Remember, you need an experienced scrummager to come off the bench. So we need a replacement hooker, which means that another player will have to be moved off the field or forfeited. And that is what is happening currently. Difficult decision, but needs to be made. We'll try and see who was sacrificed. Looks like one of the flanks.
Fine. Sit.
So Bekus, even with the man down, still holding the edge in that department wall until the penalty was given. Shane Lee Kennett.
Number 1, coming up.
Yeah, that's one of the technicalities of the front rows. As you can see, he's coming in, and that causes him to go up, literally standing up.
Yeah, and again, a right call by the referee. You could just see him working up, and you're not allowed to do that. Again, safety first. So the distance to the post was too far, and that's why they've opted for the line out. 5.5 minutes left in what has been a very entertaining first half.
Okay, just open up, boys.
Safcol will be wishing time away. That yellow card, they want their man back on the park. Again, a 5-man line out this time, and they've got Benjamin Douai, or rather the 8th man, Denver Kluter, standing loose in that scrum off channel. So defense is key now for Safcol.
Use it.
Very slow to arrive. Ingledow is the receiver. Ingledow on the run. Finally brought down by Nel. Loud whistle by the referee. The call comes. Poles, posts. A couple of indications. We'll need to look at that again. But hands past the ball on the ground. That's the reason for the penalty. Straight out in front, shouldn't be any problem this for Roses. Chipping away at that lead or that Safcol build up. And another successful kick here will make it a 1-point game.
Indeed it would. Well, I don't expect that he would miss this. It's literally right in front of the poles. That would make it a 1-point game, as you say. 4 minutes to go. Should be interesting to see what's going to happen now for the last 4 minutes.
So Ryan Julie steps up and slots the penalty. It is 14-13 in favour of Safcol with just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. Safcol down to 14 with Jacqueline Rutherford in the bin. Chase is somewhat slow to arrive, and Roses again without too much of competition for Wilbur Julies. And they will run it again. Lovely, and oh no! That was a real chance for Jaden van Wyk, uncharacteristically, just letting it drop. Bar of soap, and now it's a bit of a, where are you having the after party? Are we going to have it at our place or at your quarters? Looked up, and at that stage the ball wasn't in full control for Jaden van Wyk. He'll be kicking himself. That could have been a real chance for Roses.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of dew on the grass as well, so the ball is a little slightly slippery. But you know, the wind factor and the passing of the ball keeps the balls dry as well. So there was no reason he should have dropped the ball.
The good news for Safcol, yellow card, something of the past. It's back to 15 aside. So Jackin Rutherford's time in the bin is done. And he's straight back into the center of that Safcol
Keep it up, boys. Keep
pack
it up.
of 8. And that's where he does his job.
Advantage.
On they march immediately. His presence makes a difference. Nuggety scrum off is Jason Beekers. Does very well, but then loses control. So now there's a bit of a discussion as well. Time off called. So there is a flag out from the assistant referee. That indicates foul play. So what will be the result? A penalty, yellow card, red card? There's going to be a talking to, that's for sure.
Hold on.
Let's listen in. Oh, you can hear the crowd. You can understand why there's a commotion. Saldanha. Saldanha featuring in the main match.
Okay. So the picture that I got is exactly what we got, but the account is busy rolling over, so I'm just going to stick with the penalty only. Okay, and I'll just talk to you. Thanks. Yeah.
So foul play. That's the referee was comfortable.
I understand that the player was rolling over, so it's just a penalty against before that, and that's the mitigation. So just be careful. Okay.
Oh, those in green don't like the fact that it's only going to be a penalty. They wanted more. Eiko Jacobs has been singled out. Let's have a look at this again. So there is the scrum off. No, they feel that that the scrum off was driven into the ground, and the referee says he feels that he was falling over. They don't have that added benefit of a television match official, so the siren does sound in the background. It's 14-13 to Safcol. Much needed penalty and in striking distance, having really absorbed a lot of the pressure in the last 15 minutes. Roses United finding their rhythm, fighting back into this fixture, making it a 1-point game. This is an opportunity for Safcol to turn 4 points up. Warwick Philander, the full back of Safcol, with the right boot. Now he's had his previous kicks from similar positions. He'll know this comes from right to left. He leaves it exactly there, right to left. It swings in and the flags go up. Lovely strike by Philander. It's 3 points to Safcol. It's a 4-point game at the break. The debutants have come out and they have surprised the defending champions. Will we see more of that in the second half? They will have to do it against the wind. Roses United trailing by 4 points. The champions need to regroup and find a way back in this fixture. Those in green will be celebrating and very happy with life. Let's look at some of the moments of that first half, and the debutants hit the ground running, and it was that man Philander responsible for the last penalty just before the halftime interval. He went over for their first ever try in the history of this tournament, making their debut all the way from Grabo. Nel played his role from the right wing as a link, and then Philander joining the line at the right time, and bang, he went over for a valuable score. Roses United shocked. There would be a more of a surprise because Ralph Duwai added his weight to proceedings and crawled over for their second try. The man weighing 129 kilograms getting over for the men in green. Roses came back. They had a bit of a golden patch. This was a penalty awarded for offside play. There was a yellow card dished out as well that reduced their numbers, the Safcol numbers. So penalty given and straight through the post it went. A bit of a momentum shift at this stage of the game. We'll have a look at that try again that we saw earlier from Ralph Duwai. And at that stage it looked like Roses were somewhat rocked, but then came the fight back. It was launched by Marno van Hart, the scrum half of Roses United. A lot of joy there. This was Engeldo, who also played a part in the setup, and then bang. That was Van Hart. And those supporting Roses United were pretty happy with proceedings. At the end of the half, there was a penalty awarded for that tackle. Those in green wanted a bit more. Philander stepped up to the mark and slotted the penalty for another 3-pointer. And that some of the highlights of a very entertaining first 40-minute period. That's the main pavilion in Saldanha Bay. Some of the numbers in that first half. 20 missed tackles on the side of Safcol. They can't afford that in the second half. If they really have ambitions to roll over the defending champions, that needs to improve. But they'll be happy with what the scoreboard reads at 17-13. But one area that will be of concern is that missed tackle category. We'll look at some of the other numbers. 56% of the possession and 59% of the territory. Does it really reflect on the scoreboard? You might argue and say they probably deserved a bit more than a 4-point lead based purely on the numbers. But it's not just a numbers game, it's tactical as well on the field, and that's where Roses have competed and showed their championship qualities to keep themselves in the hunt. But at this stage, the happier of the two teams undoubtedly will be the debutants, Safcol. Can they go all the way and put a big surprise on the defending champions? Time will tell. 40 minutes coming your way in the second half.
The man, the legend, the one and only Maxwell Moss. Maxwell, real honor and privilege to be talking to you.
Thank you.
Maxwell, you the patron of the Saldanha Rugby Club. Tell us a bit about what that means. What is your involvement in the club itself?
Thank you very much. Saldanha Bay Rugby Club is a very proud club. We are the Bulan champions for the last 4 years. And hopefully we will still remain the top club in the Bulan for a long time. I've been involved in the club since its inception. I was involved then before we were called Saldanha Bay Rugby Club. We built the club what it is. We were then involved in the unification of rugby, and today we have a very, very proud club.
You're talking about pre-unification, so you came from the Saldanha Marines time.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
I was playing for Saldanha Marines, but I was not a big player like yourself. I was playing in the third team. I was a very good player. I was probably the best player, but only in the third team.
Oh, Max, you obviously had other avenues and other paths that you needed to follow. Tell us a bit about your political career and the path that you followed.
Well, those years we believed that through sports we must make things right. Now we were struggling on various terrains of struggle, of which sports was one terrain, and rugby in particular. Those years, South African Rugby Union, we made sure that the rugby in the West Coast, Saru rugby, will prevail. We did that, we built that, we laid the foundation, and today we can be very proud of what we have achieved.
When you look at the tournament that's being staged by Saldanha at the moment, do you believe you have achieved your objectives?
Yes, we did. You know, we played in the old tournament, it was called the Top 8. We emulated that. We succeeded into achieving what we wanted. In fact, we have gone further. This tournament now has a national taste because we got people from the Western Province, Southwestern District, Eastern Province, from Gauteng. So it has a national flavor, and we want to develop it further.
So where to from here? What's the vision for the future?
From here is to make sure that whatever we have achieved up till today, we will just strengthen it. We will just make sure that it becomes bigger and bigger. And with the support we're getting from everybody, we will definitely achieve that.
Maxwell, on behalf of myself, on behalf of everybody here, we want to say a big thank you to you and your team for what you're achieving and doing here for the tournament. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Terry.
So it is half-time, 17-13 in favour of Safcol. 2 tries to 1. And now we are all set for the second half. Roses United with a slight wind in their favour. Can they use their championship qualities and turn this around? The defending champions trailing at the break by 4 points. Nothing they can't claw back. And it's all about just doing the right things at the right time. Was that a knock-on from Roses United? The referee says no, they can play on. That's certainly gone forward. So straight into the hands of Safcol. One man that has certainly impressed is Jason Beek as the scrum half. Tariq, you spoke about him earlier today, but it has been an all-round effort. Probably a bit unfair to single out any individuals. It's been a team effort so far, but the job is far from done. 40 minutes still remaining between Safcol and one of the biggest upsets in the history of the tournament.
Most definitely. I must say that Mr. Bucas, scrum half, has definitely impressed me. He's been the backbone of the team. You can see everything revolves around him. He's like that midfielder in the soccer that you have that distributes everything. That's his role here, and he's doing a good job as well.
Jackie Ruthford backing down in the middle of that green scrum. He spent 10 minutes in the bin for a yellow card, so he's back. He's slightly fresher than the rest because he had a 10-minute opportunity to reset.
Sorry, boys.
This has been where Safcol have really done well. At scrum time, they haven't taken an inch back against the Roses team. You mentioned the rebuilding phase. Some players that was part of that victorious 2022 outfit, but not a lot of them. There's a couple in there. But rebuilding, all part of club rugby, and they know how to formulate and put together a championship-winning team. They have done that in the past, and here they are once again. But they'll concentrate on the task at hand, and that's the next 38.5 minutes. But it's going to be tough if their scrum is marching backwards. That's the foundation for Safcol's performance thus far. And also a standout player, Benjamin Duwai, has been all over the park, has done multiple multiple things, and doing it correctly for his team as well, leading by example. Good advantage being played by the referee. Just missing the man, and now you've got props that's running like backs as well in this team. So you'll see speed from pretty much everywhere and every jersey number. Now, he's looking for the slightest of gaps, as any wing will do. Looks like a busy customer, and now they seal it off. That's so unfortunate. Again, a good passage of play for Safcol. The head coach Brandon Kluter will applaud what they've done, but he would want a bit more from the continuity aspect, and iron out those little mistakes that's giving Roses an opportunity to clear their lines. And now, for the first time, with the wind at their backs.
Oh, this will bring out the character of the Roses United. Remember, Roses have been here in tournament for a number of years. They the second most experienced team as far as the tournament is concerned. In fact, they have won more tournaments than anybody else. So it'll be interesting to see what the strategy is for this tournament, for this half rather. So we'll see. They are behind, trailing, and let's see what their comeback looks like.
A lot of movement in that line out, but it is Ryan Presence that secures a position for Roses. The step from Denver Kluter is a good one. Oncoming traffic dressed in red. Oh, lovely step. Gets past the first man, sold the dummy, and it was bought and by Mepomi.
No. Use it.
Van Aert, it's slow ball to arrive. As the fly half, Ryan Julies, who keeps the line going. Van Aert. Julies running a perfect line and then goes astray, so it is an opportunity for Safcol to regain possession.
So first
Forward pass and then into a knock-on, so Safcol will restart with a scrum. You just saw what they were trying to execute there. Ryan Julies coming on the angle. They've played it together, Van Aert and Julies, but the pass unfortunately not working out on that occasion. There it is. It's a low one, and there is Julies.
Okay, boys.
As I mentioned earlier, that rebuilding phase from Roses, you can see they just can't put the phases together. Versus the way Safcol is doing. Safcol is definitely having more phases, more, and in fact more phases, phase play than the more experienced side Roses. Scrums has been a little bit more equal. It's sort of settled out, so it'll be interesting to see what the Safcol will be doing with this side.
Sit.
We're still being dominated by Safcol. We'll see if they can get the march on Roses United this time around, and there they go. Not making too many meters. Ball still in, and therefore the penalty. Ball never emerged. Van Aert just saying he felt differently about that.
Van Aert should have actually listened to the referee. The ball was still under the flanker's feet, and as long as the ball is in there, the ball is still in the scrum, part of the scrum. And Bucas, you can see there, he's a crafty little character. He knew exactly what was happening, and he actually moved back to let him play, to create the penalty for them. Well done to him for that. Good awareness of positional awareness.
Okay, boys,
yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I wanted to say very alert to what is happening, like a scrum off should be. Rutherford. This time to the front. There's competition from Roses, but knocked forward, so an advantage being played to Safcol. It is Beekers who set this line. Oh, unfortunately, as the referee called advantage over. Now, this is a knock-on, and then the man picking it up was in an offside position. So it's a penalty to Roses United. Just these last couple of phases, not well oiled. The typical drills that we used to seeing from Safcol in that first 40 minutes. That was a beautifully weighted pass. That one dipped from the time that it left Julies' hand. Lane throw Julies. Difficult to pick up, and then the offside play was created as well. Now, decision time. Wind at the backs. Do you chip away at the lead? I guess there's the answer very quickly. The water carrier has come on with the kicking tee, and the instruction from the bench is that Ryan Julies must have a shot at goal.
The structure of the competition is such. This is a knockout competition, and this should be treated as you would for a test. Any opportunity that you get to score points, you should take it.
Short little run up and more a stab at the ball, and it's over. Well, it works for him, and it is a 3-pointer added by Ryan Julies. So back we go to a 1-point game. Pretty simple kicking routine, and it's all about the routine, whatever works for you. Safcol go to the bench, and they introduce Theodore Nchinka and Leighton Lewis. There is Leighton. Leighton Lewis goes by the nickname of Tubby. 125 kilograms that he brings to the party. So fresh legs. Grabo not that far from Saldanha. That's gone over the 10. So now they can play. Bounce of the ball favouring Safcol on that occasion. The long ball to Julius. He hoists towards the right wing, but unfortunately too far, and that this could give Safcol's runners a great opportunity, and they'll come right back at you. Slip tackle, not one but two. Scrum off was waiting for the ball, but this great cover defense by Jaden van Wyk. He ran back, worked really hard for his team, gathered the interception, and the danger still exists. And even with the wind, rushed into the kick. Good period of play and a good territorial win that for Safcol. 17-16, a bit naughty there, kicking possession away, feeding Safcol, and they've shown that they're willing to run from pretty much everywhere.
Well, I think the idea was correct. The execution let him down, and for that reason, they've lost quite a bit of territory as a result.
Great defensive work by Van Wyk. He was the man that put on the first tackle there and then worked his way back. It just shows the value. Don't stop. You need to come back and do your part on defense as well, and you never know. Well, there's a couple of runners, and they're trying to sell something to the Roses defense, who's pretty alert to the danger. Now it's Bekus. He's had a lot of ball for his fly half.
No.
Barney's advantage being played, and they do get the penalty. Now, what do they do? Playing against the wind, 16-17, bit of a momentum shift suddenly in the last couple of minutes. Straight out in front, surely the right decision is the option for Poles.
About 25 meters out, yes, I would definitely say go for Poles. Like I said earlier on, any opportunity you get to score points certainly should be taken. You can see Roses United, defending champions, they're fighting back. 1 point game in it. They have to go for Poles.
Successful kick means that a goal is not enough. You need a try from a Roses perspective. Warwick Philander has been on song. Very good kicking display by Philander in that first half. But now switching against the wind. This shouldn't be a problem at all. Straight down in front.
Let's see if he's going to keep the trajectory a bit lower.
Well, the answer is not really, but it's off to the left. Well, no. Well, that was very delayed. Okay, so now there's a bit of a debate. They were very late on that call. The fans say over. The referee is talking now.
Come here. Listen carefully. You do not address my touch like that. If it happens again, you'll know what to do. Don't speak to him like that again.
Okay, so let's just look back
Number
at that.
9.
The ball was kicked. The touch judges took a long time. Then the flags went up. Now they've ruled that it's not over. Which means a 22, and you can understand the frustration from the captain's side. Pity that we'll probably have an opportunity to see that later, but that was another big moment in the contest, that's for sure.
Certainly was a big moment, and like I said, just before he kicked, he needed to keep it lower.
So what will this do to the psyche of Safcol for this period? They'll keep running. Just lost his teammate who moved in front of him. Now a kick and chase, great defense. And play from Roses United. The tackles will come in. That nuggety scrum of Jason Bekus does another number on his Roses United counterpart. All behind the advantage line currently. With the wind, they look for territory, which they will find. Allowed to bounce and gathered by Mepomi. Was touched, says the referee, so they have to play this. A lot of real estate on the right, but well covered again by Roses. It's a kicking contest at the moment. Who's going to make the first mistake? This is Bonnies. He'll kick and chase as well. Well, they were waiting there. Look at 4 red jerseys anticipating the kick. One for you, one for me. Crowd really voicing their disapproval. They want to see running rugby. That's the captain. He says, we'll take it up.
Go, take a sip. Hey boys, get up here, get up
Bierkes,
here.
the short ball. Like a burst of speed there by Kenneth. As he lost that
No,
ball.
you ripped it, you ripped it.
It was a rip, so not deemed to be a knock-on. Bierkes did well to hold on. He just saw the Roses defender in the form of
Okay,
Jacobs just move at the right time, and that's why he delayed the pass. Bierkes, does he introduce a kick, or still happy to carry and play?
Tackle! Leave.
Now that's
Yeah.
played on the ground, so tackler,
You're fine,
first
no, you're
defense is
fine.
the tackler not rolling away. So the man coming into contest, the jackler, was fine, but the tackler not rolling out, and that created the space for Roses to contest at the breakdown.
Golden rule in the ruck situation is always listen if you can hear the referee talking, and the referee was insistent, leave it, and he just didn't listen.
Another good call. You can just see tackler never making an attempt to get out of that zone. So 17, 16, it's just heating up. You feel that you're in the kitchen, you're looking at the cooks from the various
Number
teams,
three,
and
number
something's
3.
boiling, something's brewing. In the meantime, we have a substitute, Chandler Davids, who has made his appearance on the field. He goes by the nickname of Beast. Boland under 18 and under 21 player previously. The provincial experience from Davids. They'll need to draw on all that experience. In the meantime, Safcol, it's messy at line-out time. So Roses with possession as the advantage is called over.
Advantage is over.
Williams, who's on the field in jersey 21, that's gone forward. Not good play by Roses. Safcol now with the advantage. Oh, that's high. That is very high and dangerous as well. What will Safcol make from this field position? Captain has been pretty busy. Benjamin Duai. Bierkes wants a quick ball. He's got his right wing Mapomi to his right, but chooses to go towards the left. Bierkes. No willing runners, so everyone from a static position. Tackle called off. Bierkes, the second pod. Captain is also part of that line. He wants to take it up. He's eyeing his defenders. Wants Bierkes to feed him, but instead it comes from the fly off. He's just the link. Now, real opportunity. Can he find him? Bumps off the first defender. What a try! Benjamin Duai.
That try came just out of nothing. I mean, the play was completely stationary, going from left to right, and suddenly just that small break, and Benjamin did well to hold on to that ball.
Well, you could just see what was happening. He was there, and this was a good pass. That there, this one here, and now good presence of mind to work back. There's the tackle, lovely timed offload at the right time as well. Duai needed to get rid of a small fullback, which wasn't a problem for him. Small in relation to him in any case, Tariq.
Yep, smallish. I mean, if you have 5 meters in front of you and you look like a truck, there's just no way, nobody's going to stop you. Well done.
Big kick for Philander. The difference is 6. This can make it an 8-point game, which means more than a converted try for Roses to claw their way back. The defending champions under pressure. He's taken that from far out wide, and it is crawling back in. It's another great kick, this by Warwick Philander. It means it's an 8-point game, 56 minutes gone. Safcol have the lead against the defending champions. Another opportunity to enjoy this try.
As you can see, nice continuity from him, and then just offloading there, and then he just went too high for the tackle. There's no way that a big man like that, only way that you can stop a big guy like that is to take his legs away from him.
Dean Jacobs had no price, but credit to Andren Mapomi for the role he played in that try, the way he worked back infield and just at the right time, giving Duai the ball, and Duai is now full of running. Bierkes.
Okay, stop. All of you
Barnes.
stop. Okay, we're on.
It's a floater in midfield. Roses, how do they counter this? Do they run or do they look for field position? They go on a run. Oh, the collisions keep coming. It's advantage being played for Roses. No arms is the call. A quick play by Percy Williams. Now Roses say that they can also manufacture a bit of positive play. Good communication by the referee, just getting that man off. Now again, there's an injury on the field. The right thing now is to stop play, or everything moving towards that injured player, but they continue. There's a scrum awarded to Safcol.
We're in the 58th minute, and I just sense a sense of panic in Roses United. I think they need to just slow down, just settle down. There's enough time. There's over enough time to still make up the deficit. The penalty that they had a few minutes ago, it was in their half. They have the wind behind their backs. They should have slotted that. Try to bring the deficit down from 2 scores to 1 scores. You've got 22 minutes left. It's sufficient time for them to catch up. Like I said, I just sense that little bit of panic in them.
Well, we've already lost Bradley Alexander. He was carried off on a stretcher. Hopefully we will not see the same happen to Safcol on a second occasion. There's a man being attended to almost at the halfway line, so surely they're not going to play on without sorting that out. It is the lock, Jade Miller. Thankfully he's on his feet. Jade Miller walking off the field, so that's a good sign that he's walking unassisted. But it means a replacement. Jade Miller has also played his part in this 24-16 lead. Well, the crowd being vocal because Saldanha Rugby Club coming off the practice facility. They're heading towards the tunnel, and we're building up towards the main match tonight. There they are, Saldanha Rugby Club. They face Raiders in the main match later tonight. The visitors from Gauteng. I hope Raiders are ready for what's coming, that extra player on the field that Saldanha has in the form of the crowd.
Be careful that it isn't Saldanha that should be aware of Raiders. Raiders is the completely unknown entity.
We'll find out how many buses came from Gauteng later tonight.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Well, that's a messy scrum. Penalty awarded.
Johan, there was a moment early on, just before the Saldanha team came on, that they showed the pic where the two packs were standing, and I wanted to make it known that you look at the body language, because that's what I look at. I looked at the body language of Safcol versus the body language of the Roses team, and you just see more in Safcol, and it was merely a case of just standing stationary, but it is, you know, that they give it off, and you can sense, you can feel it.
Time off. 15, 10 and 2, red.
So Henry Mankies has been introduced, and he has taken the place of Wilsley Ubanis, the fly half. Look at Safcol's possession state, 60%. Territory as well in favour of the men in green, 24-16. Full value for that lead. Can they protect it? Can they cause one of the biggest upsets in the history of the tournament? Can they dump out the defending champions on the first day of the 2023 edition of the Transnet Saldanha Sevens Easter top 8 tournament? A lot of movement in that line out. That's some fresh legs as well. Leighton Lewis. Bekus, short pass. They're working hard for one another. Continuity is good. Bekus will feed it off. Well, this time his hand setting him down. The captain, Benjamin Dwight. Another high shot. Bekus wants to play quickly. Off goes Bekus on a run. Oh, can't link up with his support, but finds it now. Inside the 22. It's all green at the moment. First man in. Slightly messy. Now it's Bekus putting his team under immense pressure. Bekus just over eager, trying to do a lot, but don't think that his team was fully switched on to what he had in mind in that passage of play.
If you look at Bekus, it's like he's thinking 2 steps ahead, and unfortunately I don't think the rest of his team is with him. They're probably that 2 steps behind him, and that created that bit of a vacuum there where he couldn't get the ball out because there was just nobody to pass to.
So being 2 steps ahead, maybe a good time to tie the shoelaces. So just put on the right shoe and the right game plan for Bekus.
Okay, there we can see. Look at that picture. I wish we could go back to that picture where we show both teams. You can see the Safcol guys are just standing up a bit straighter. You know, there's just that oomph in them, whereas the Roses side got a bit of a hunch shoulders. That is evident.
The body language tells a story. Part of sport. This time it's a better hit by Roses United. They have to start from way deep, but that's good play. Cover defense comes across from Safcol.
Leave it, no.
Again told off the ball. Roses, they want to put some phases together. Short ball to Ryan Persons. Williams. It seems that they are thinking, well, talking about penalty advantage for offside, so it is being played by the referee. No real runners coming forward, but then finally it is in the hands of Bakure.
Number nine, offside.
So talking about, he's just tied his bootlaces, Bekus. Now the man responsible for going offsides gives a penalty to Roses.
Well, this will give Roses much needed breathing space.
We spoke about Damien Engeldo, and I want to talk about him. It's been watched very carefully by Safcol, and we really haven't seen too much of Engeldo going through that defensive line, that inside centre role of taking on the defence, bursting through, creating some opportunities.
Well, remember that Safcol is the unknown guys here. They've been able to study and get to know Roses. So the Roses people obviously marked players. They knew which ones to nullify and neutralize.
His day is done, Bekus. He comes off the field to a standing ovation, and he deserves it. That gives Kola November an opportunity to take to the field. Bekus, what an evening he has had.
I must say that was a big call from Safcol, taking the man of the match off at the moment. That was a big call, a massive one.
Let's see what November has in store for us. Again, that unknown entity, so it's probably part of the game plan. And are they going to be successful tonight? Bring on the fresh legs. Here's Engeldo with a drop kick. He knew he was playing under advantage.
High tackle.
Another high tackle. We've seen a lot of that. And there's Cameron Julies being singled out for that high shot. 15 minutes to play. It's an 8-point game. Now decision time again for Roses.
Okay, Captain. We need to improve our behavior.
I would question that. I mean, he was, what, 15, 17 meters in, wind behind his back. Take the 3 points, bring it down to a one-score game. Let's see if they can fulfill what they've set them out to do.
Can you just open up?
Alshon Davids.
Just open up, boys.
Born in Wellington. That's the one close by, not the one in New Zealand. Finds his jumper, Jason Fortuin, and Roses set up the maul.
Okay, that's one.
Easily defended by Safcol.
Back all time.
Told to use it. Big defense again coming from Safcol. And first man in, that's a brilliant turnover. Was that a high shot? The referee says yes. Great work by Sols, who's come onto the field as a substitute as well. This time a high tackle from Roses United. They charged up, and I agree with you. The body language aspect, you can just see that there's a fire, there's a belief building up. They know they're within touching distance of creating history. 13 and a bit minutes to play, pacing around, energy that we're not seeing from the defending champions.
In fact, the Roses side are the side that's looking average here. And I mean, look at that unforced error, dangerous tackle. When you're on the attack and then you're giving the opposition just a breather.
Naughty from Jason Fortuin. It takes you back to the penalty they had in kicking distance. Opted to go for the line out. From there, it doesn't work out according to plan. And now suddenly they're facing a line out just inside Safcol territory.
Hold on.
Unfortunately, the kick to the line wasn't sufficient to put real pressure on them. I mean, he gained probably about 5 meters advantage.
Oh, it won't matter now because Safcol had failed to make the most of their line-out opportunity. That's a long ball with the wind at your back. So lucky to get away with that. Not straight is the call from the referee. So they have the option of a line-out or a scrum.
Line out. Yeah. Line out. Okay. Line out, see if
You
it's...
can understand why they're going for the line out, because at scrum time it's been all pressure coming from those dressed in green.
Yeah, I don't think they really had a choice
Number 5.
on any
Number 5.
option apart from going for the
5.
line out rather.
Jason Fortuyn's night being called over, so he's having a jog towards the touchline and will be replaced. So off he goes, Jason Fortuyn. Jika is his nickname, also born in Wellington, replaced by jersey number 20, Cheswell Johnson. Cheswell Johnson, former Boland under-19 player. Easily collected
No, four, come back.
by Safcol.
Yeah, you're back on.
And they'll go again. Can they create one more score and put this game to bed? Surely another try will seal Roses' fate in this game. So they can't stop playing.
Lost. No.
November. We've seen that Wade and Nell, he's everywhere. Wade and Nell plays in that fly-off channel. He's out on the wing. Big run coming in from Brandon Moko. Brandon Mtoko is jersey number 16. Nell again playing in that fly-off channel. Not really protecting that ball, and Rose is quick to pounce. So who's in possession? Team going forward, too many bodies, so that is the reason for the Safcol scrum.
You can't grab the ball same time, they were moving forward.
Safcol a bit lucky to get the ball in that regard. It looks like they looking a little bit rudderless. There's not really the plans is not coming together at the moment.
That's the dancing feet of Nell. Just there, you wanted him to protect the ball a bit better.
It might be a bit haphazard because look, that guy's got a different pair of shoes on there. So I don't know. It's messed up the synchronicity of it.
They look the part. They certainly look the part. A team that could potentially play in a cup semi-final on Saturday, and what an occasion that's going to be, and a story to tell for the people back home. We'll be following online and having a look at their team and proud about their effort so far against the defending champion team who have not really lived up to expectations. Although they're in a rebuilding phase, we expect a bit more from a Roses team. But 10 minutes, a lot can change. We saw that in the previous game as well. It's never over until it's over. But Roses will need to score twice, so they need to find points somewhere and then do it again.
Well, I think Safcol for now, I hope they don't think that they've done enough and they need to defend that total. They still need to go out and win the game. Instead of, I hope they're not thinking that they, like I said, that they've done enough.
Jay Demas enters the field and he replaces Wilbur Julius. Jay Demas, another man that well, he was born in Paul, uncontested, and easy win off the top by Roses. Another thumping hit comes in, this time by the substitute Brandon Mtoko. Roses go towards the right, easily defended by Safcol. 9 minutes, that's what's left between these two teams. Are we in for a major upset? At this stage, it's Safcol in command of proceedings. One score can change that, can change the momentum, can create belief in that Roses team. But they need a spark from somewhere. Will Engeldo provide that spark? Oh, that tackler never moving away. That's going to be an easy penalty. The referee is going to be lenient, and ball has presented itself, so that maybe that's the reason for the fact that he's not going to penalise Safcol on this occasion. They've got to watch their discipline. They've got to be alert to giving away easy penalties. And as I say that, Roses in position, seal off the ball, and they give away easy position to Safcol. And maybe the clock is ticking out for Roses, and is the belief really there to turn this game around?
Yeah, it's like you say, Johan, I think they need somebody that can lift them up now. They need that miracle worker that can just do something just to get everybody back on track again. It's going to be a tough 8 minutes for Roses United.
Well, they're warming up their voices on the stands, anticipating a memorable, big result in the history of Safcol. Just over 7 minutes. That is between Safcol and an historic win. There they are. Warwick Philander, he's put up his hand. Die mense agter my kan nie sien nie. The people behind me can't see. Well, if you keep up your board, it illustrates why. Well, they were begging those in red that it was called not straight. Cameron Julies does well for Safcol. Again, just that bump pass could be closer together, especially playing against the wind. Was the kick needed? Well, it's going to work out because it was lost forward, but an offside play. Cap and go this time. Has caught Safcol unawares. That pass needed to go earlier. Now the kick through from Safcol. 14 told to get out because he was in front of the kicker. And that is Mapomi. Also been pretty busy, Mapomi. The two wings have really operated well for Safcol this evening. Time continues to tick away for the defending champions. Still camped in their own area. Is the spark finally going to arrive from the left wing? Beats the first man, trying to link up with a supportive runner. It comes. No, was he held in the tackle? Oh, that's dangerous. That is a very dangerous tackle in on the head of the Roses player. Jaden van Wyk has stayed down, and you can understand why. There was major contact on his head.
Oh, they certainly need to have a look at that. What a nice jinx on the outside.
Take your boys back.
So it's not this one here, it's the next one. The man coming in, leaving his feet here. Oh.
Well, at least it wasn't with the knees, so it was more with the upper body. It sort of pushed him further.
Well, the stretcher is out as well.
According to me, he was in touch before that.
It was good to see you on Jaden van Wyk coming across from the right wing, right across to come assist you on the left, and getting the ball from Heinrich Isaacs.
15.
But unfortunately, that resulted in him getting injured now, so let's hope it's not too serious.
Number 11, sorry, where is it? Okay. I'm glad you're on this with you. You can go back.
Wade Nell is being called over. Hard in the mouth, that's for sure. 4 minutes remaining.
Okay. Where's 15? You can go back. 15, where is it? Where's 15? Huh? Where's your 15? 15.
Well, thankfully, he's on his feet, Jaden van Wyk.
Okay. So it's not a penalty try because his foot was out. Okay. Dangerous tackle. He's on the floor. Okay.
Yellow card, at least yellow. It should have been at least yellow. You can't argue that at all, Tariq.
Okay.
It's the fact that he left
the
his
penalty
feet.
will be there because he was out already.
The man on the deck was already in a dangerous position.
I think he's fortunate just to get off with a yellow card.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It would be interesting to have a look at that again to see exactly where the contact was. To me, it looked contact on the head, which you don't want to see. The Safcol, they don't want to throw this away now. Roses haven't helped themselves. They need to score. They need to be the next team to score. That's first man in. The Safcol was celebrating far too early. And that's ripped, so it's not a knock-on. They'll be driven over the line. They need to clear the danger here. It is the eighth man and captain. Who else but Benjamin Douai? And it will be a line out, 5 meters from the Safcol line. Well, the tension is building on the side. They know how important this is.
Now just look at this man's demeanor. He's laying behind his own try line. Just kicked the clearance out, and he's having a giggle about it. I just love the attitude of these Safcol players.
Well, the captain has had reason to smile for pretty much the entire match. Playing 14 against 15. 3 minutes. They need to score, and they need to score right now. Alshon Davids. This is most important line out, and they need to play quickly. Indicated that they thought about setting up a maul, but then Klute broke away, and now it's held up. So only defence needed by Safcol to prevent that ball from being turned over, and that you feel is that. It's going to be an advantage played. Roses United stop playing, and here go the speed machines of Safcol, linking up beautifully with one another. This could be trouble for Roses. Ducks under the tackle now. Now the kick and chase. Oh, why would you have done that? Wade and Nell, not the right decision. The support runners came. It's going to kill more time out of this game, so it's probably still going to work out for Safcol. Roses, well, they've been in this area for far too often for a team chasing the game. They just haven't managed to put things together continuously, and that's going to ultimately cost them their title defence this evening, unless something dramatically happens in the next minute and a half. You can't see Roses scoring twice in the next 90 seconds, not against what we've seen defensively from Safcol, even 15 against 14. More song and dance on the pavilion because they can see, they can smell it. Another eye tackle. We've seen far too many eye shots. It's a quick tap by Heinrich Isaacs, and not 10, so it's Heiko Jacobs taking it up for Roses. Just over a minute to players. More advantage coming the way of Roses. Probably their last full play as defending champions of the Saldanha Easter Rugby Festival.
You moved out to the way.
Percy Williams. Can they at least have the last say on the scoreboard? Their title defence is disappearing by the second. Judged on this 80-minute performance, Safcol fully deserved this victory, this performance, the credits that will be coming their way. And you can imagine the people in Grabouw, they are going to party the night away. This is going to be huge for their community, huge for the club rugby systems, huge for the belief in another step closer to a potential final. Well, the tackles are still coming in. That's what you expect from the Safcol side. Advantage called over as Heinrich Isaacs goes on another run. Oh, ball goes out. Listen to the cheers. There they play quickly. No reason to do it, but they're here to play. They're not going to change their tactics. Doesn't matter what the watch says. The siren has gone off in the background. One more opportunity for Roses to cross the try line. Jaden van Wyk, he's tried for the entire evening. The arm goes out from the referee. They only need to boot this off the field, and that will seal Roses' fate. Who else but the captain? It is in the dead ball area. The flick-flack comes in. The joy is real.